This guy's video has been getting a lot of views, and I just watched it, and I'm going to give a very different perspective than I think anyone else will, but I'll play the clip for you first.
All right, so I think this is actually going to happen to most people, men and women, together forever. Psych. This guy goes, 38 years old, never married, no kids. Oh, the first comment down here goes, you could be 38, divorced, and broke. Classic. All right, let's get this party started here. Let's full screen this guy.
So I'm 38 years old, never married, no kids. I've never really thought about that until recently. My whole life, I never really wanted kids. For whatever reason, I was just like the Peter Pan syndrome, always feeling like a young, wild teenager at heart. Didn't want to be tied down. Didn't want to really bear the responsibility of kids. So it was never really an issue. But as I'm getting older, at 38 years old, I think to myself, damn, I kind of feel like I should have kids. And unlike a lot of guys, I've had pretty good luck with dating as far as like getting attention and getting dates and, you know, hookups, unfortunately, which I kind of regret. I've had pretty good luck with that. But I've literally never dated a girl that fully convinced me or had me convinced that she would be someone to trust on a level of like marriage, forever commitment, and children. I've always been somebody that's a bit paranoid. And that might not be the right word. That's kind of a negative word, but I think men...
No, I think he's actually right. Back to that comment. You could be 38, divorced, and broke. That's the classic. So he's not tripping.
And a long time ago, one of my buddies, my friend Randy, he brought up looking at his girlfriend's Instagram. Never really thought of it before that. And the girl I was dating at the time, I happened to do what Randy said. I went on her Instagram and I looked at who she's following and stuff. And immediately it was tons of stuff that I'm not okay with and I don't think men should be okay with. She's following a bunch of inappropriate pages that I won't even say, following a bunch of dudes,
Classic.
You know, whatever. It's not the point of the video. There was stuff I saw on there that was red flags to me. And forever on since then, I've paid attention to the women I've dated on like a, you know, casual level, trying to get to know them. And just when I'm focusing on it, quickly, I can see instant red flags as to why I would never commit to them, let alone, or excuse me, I would never seriously on a forever level consider, you know, committing to them, let alone having children. And looking at it now, I'm like, bro, 38 years old. I feel like I'm running out of time. And I feel like if I don't have, you know, kids or a kid, I think I'm going to regret that.
I will leave a link to the full video in the description. But for my video, I'm going to apply a concept that I took from the book, The Courage to be Disliked. And that concept is very simple. It basically states that every pattern in your life is that way because you want it to be. So when this guy said he never wanted kids, that he always felt like a teenager living that Peter Pan life, that he is paranoid, etc. That right there could very likely be the reason why he was unable to align with any woman who could, in his words, convince him that she was worth commitment and marriage. It's because he didn't want to meet wifey. He wanted to continue to align with women he could never see himself marrying. The question is, why? What does that help him avoid? What does that help him stay safe from? Of course, we are unjustly judging and theorizing here. I don't know the guy, and he's not here to defend himself. But I do know that we are the common denominators in all of our relationships. So maybe we can consider that this man is subconsciously choosing women who are not marriage material so he can continue to avoid marriage and responsibility and conveniently place all of the blame on the women. Women have become his excuse, alibi, and justification to assist him in avoiding what he fears most, whether that be cheating or divorce or getting old with a woman or even just the massive responsibility of marriage and fatherhood. Once you commit yourself to someone for life and start a family, your life is no longer all about you. And a lot of people today actually don't want to make that sacrifice. But rather than admit that they are too selfish, it's much more comfortable to play the victim and say, there's no one out here worth committing to. Women do this all the time as well. Even choosing garbage men and trying to prove that they are enough to turn a frog into a prince. I think there are a lot of people choosing to be in relationships with people that they know are not wifey or husband material in order to avoid responsibility and the fear of failure, and to blame the lack of commitment on the other person and to prop themselves up as the better person in the relationship, the hero of the story. And I know this is true because it's something that I have wrestled with in the past. When I was not ready for the conversation and commitment of marriage, I swear I was like a magnet for the types of women that would keep me away from that conversation. So maybe put that in your pipes and smoke it.
He's out of line, but he's right. It's great.